Not sure if many of you guys remember the DARE program back in elementary school. This program dedicated to like stopping children from growing up and getting into substance abuse. That shit was pretty poorly done. I mean, it's great. It's great. All right. The concept of it, the more people that can function without a crutch or a vice, a crutch that could have long-term, potential long-term detriments. I'd say that's a win. That being said, I wish they gave more nuance to us as kids instead of just saying drugs bad, don't take them. Every type of substance they were trying to condemn, not just the hard ones like heroin. They were like, don't do weed, don't do cigs, don't do alcohol either. They gave us these beer goggles while we were like playing catch with a tennis ball, and they were like, yeah, this is your brain on alcohol. Don't do it. How ironic. He's like, yeah, I know how much fun we're having being disoriented and playing catch, but alcohol is different. It's gonna ruin your life. I didn't take my first substance till I was like in my early 20s. Maybe I should have waited a little longer because your brain is still developing at that point and it can really damage things like cognition and I think emotional stability. Happened at my friend's old apartment. I remember smoking with him, right? And, smoking with him and his ex. And at first I felt nothing, right? And this wasn't the first time I guess, tried a substance, but this is like the first time a substance had some sort of effect on me, right? I tried it with a group of other people before and just nothing happened. Like maybe there were too many people at the function or something, just splitting it between each other, but I didn't feel anything, right? And when I was smoking with my friend, I'm not sure if I already said this, but for the first couple of minutes that we were smoking together, it just didn't feel like anything was happening to me. And I was just like, okay, I guess weed just doesn't affect me. I guess I'm just built different than y'all addicts. Bam, a nigga's face started smiling. Smiling and smiling. I just couldn't stop smiling. The next moment I know, I was on the ground tweaking. Felt like I lost all power in my body. Like every bone turned into like wet spaghetti. Not to glorify it, but that changed my mind the same way changing my environment does for me. It's like I was in the same location, but had a different perception. Again, I'm not here to promote drugs as like this key to life, key to happiness type of shit, because it's not. But I feel like demonizing them is just as bad, maybe even worse than promoting them. Granted, there are certain substances I never take and probably will never take, like heroin or crack or fent. I can't say that I've never taken meth before. I can't be like, well, I'll never take it and I'll never do it, because I've already taken ADHD medicine and it's somewhat similar, the chemical structure of it. I could be wrong about that though. Maybe that was some misinformation I heard, so don't quote me on that. It shouldn't just be don't do drugs. That should be the preface. The full warning should be don't do drugs unless it's your last resort. I'd much rather have you here alive with your vices than on a t-shirt with birds and angels floating around you, After everything has failed, all right, therapy, medication, which is kind of funny to say because like that's technically a drug in itself. Not technically, they are drugs, just ones that people are more okay with since it's being prescribed by a professional. But after those don't work, meditation doesn't work, spirituality doesn't work, exercise doesn't work, shit, go for it. You've tried all that, you still feel like the scum of the earth, you feel like you just want to die, just then try it. Pop a cig in your mouth or something, bro. Pop a Fruity Pebbles vape. A Fruity Pebbles vape open and see what that nicotine do for you. Roll up that weed and see where them cannabinoid receptors take you. I wonder what would be like a good argument against this, because a lot of the videos I make, there's some people that disagree with me, which I like, by the way. I like whenever someone has like a different perspective, and I can, as long as like they're not trolling with it, I try to have like a conversation about it in the comments. So I do wonder what a good argument against what I'm saying would be. Would it be like, no, don't ever take substances even as a last resort. Just let that person suffer. Or maybe I'll have religious people in the comment section saying like, No, they just need to find God or something like that. I don't know. But that's the message of the day. All right. Don't do drugs unless you're about to fucking kill yourself. But yeah, that's all I got. Consider liking if you enjoyed. And yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.